Gemini, welcome back to the channel. Monica LUVE here at the Love Messages. So today we're going to be doing your reading from June 15th to July 15th. Now this is going to be a general reading, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If it does resonate with you, there will be a link in the description box for the extended. So Gemini, in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at past, present, and future for you. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Okay, so Gemini, your challenge for the next 30 days is the Three of Wands. And what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Swords upright. Okay? So for you, Gemini, your biggest challenge has a lot to do with the Three of Wands energy. I feel with the Three of Wands energy, you know, the Three of Wands can mean a couple of things. What I'm getting for you is this could be about you choosing to move or to go to someone at a distance. This could be someone who is at a distance currently from you, or this could be about you moving on with your life, moving to the next phase of your life, okay? Because the Three of Wands is typically a card that is, you know, very much connected to the Two of Wands after making a decision, choosing to go on your path, choosing a new direction, okay? And I feel like you're at this point now where you're ready to do this. Now, it could be a little challenging for you. We're going to talk about this. We're going to clarify this and see why it's your challenge in a moment. Now, in the recent past, Gemini, you have the King of Cups, you have the Knight of Cups, and you have the World. I do feel like you slowly started to move towards somebody here that really liked you, okay? There was a very strong energy here of an emotional connection with someone. It did take some time for you to close something out here in the past. I feel like you did close something here out in the past. You may have ended something here with someone. And you may have decided to move on with your life here in the recent past. And we're going to talk more about that when we clarify. Now, in the present moment, you have the Hierophant, you have the Tower, and you have the Queen of Swords. So in the present moment, I do feel like there is some sort of changes that are happening, and they may be changes that are happening that are outside of your control. You have the Tower here. The Tower typically talks about things in our life that are not stable, that are not built on a solid foundation. A lot of you are ignoring this right now, okay? There's something that you're ignoring that is connected to a major change that's happening in your life in the present moment, and it could be very well be connected to a relationship or a marriage. We're going to talk more about this in a moment. Now, in the near future, you have the Three of Cups, you have the Three of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. So for you in the near future, I do strongly feel there's a lot of pain here, okay? There's a lot of pain connected to maybe something that happened in the past that's connected to an ending, okay? Or a Tower moment in the present moment, a breakup. I do see for many of you, there's a couple of ways that this can play out. The first thing that I'm getting is some of you are choosing to accept that there may have been a third party, or there may have been something here connected to, you know, pain, you know, in the near future. And I think a lot of you are celebrating the fact that you're letting this go, and it's easier said than done, right? So I feel like in the near future, you are the Nine of Pentacles. Some of you are rising Virgos, or you have a very strong energy in your chart of Virgo energy, which means you could have a stellium, or you could be dealing with someone who is a Virgo. I'm getting a Cancer here, or another Gemini. Now, you could be a cross watcher watching this as well. I do feel in the near future, if you are inquiring, okay, I'm just going to throw this out there because I think majority of you, whether you want to admit this or not, you're inquiring about whether or not someone's coming back. So if you're a cross watcher, you could be inquiring, you know, is Gemini coming back? Or you could be Gemini, is my person coming back? And I think in the reality here for you in the near future is a lot of you let go of this idea, okay? There's something here about you letting go of this idea of getting back together with someone, especially if this person hurt you or caused some sort of pain, because a lot of you in the near future, I'm just going to keep it real, there's something here about unresolved pain. Okay, that's why the Three of Swords is showing up in the near future, because there's something unresolved. And there's a strong energy here of wanting to reconcile, wanting to come back together to heal this pain. Okay, and this is why what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, Gemini, is the Four of Swords, because what you don't realize is that over time, you're eventually going to heal from this situation. And you're going to be able to get back into this place of reevaluating your life. Because something here, the reason why something here ended or why something didn't work out the way that you wanted it to was because there was too much of a power struggle. There was tons of confusion. Somebody here wanted to have, or somebody here wants to have a new beginning, but they haven't really gotten clear on what they want. And that's another reason why, again, there's been a separation or some sort of pain here. Okay. Now, one of the things I do want to mention before I get into the clarification for you is the Nine of Pentacles is here. So I feel with the Nine of Pentacles, what I see happening in the near future, and again, this could be vice versa in terms of how it resonates. I feel for you, Gemini, in the near future with the Nine of Pentacles, someone here, okay, take it as it resonates, they're no longer focused on reconciling. They're no longer focused on coming back together with someone. They've accepted the fact that a situation in their life has caused them pain. And what they're doing in the near future, which I think is super beautiful, even though the Three of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles are here, they're starting to realize that part of them overcoming this pain, which is going to lead to the healing process, obviously that's what's happening in terms of what you don't see coming. You have the Three of Swords here as well too. So I feel with the Three of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, someone here is so focused in the near future on bettering themselves, developing themselves, working on themselves. You know, Nine of Pentacles to me signals starting a business, becoming independent, living that type of lifestyle that you want, which comes through self. Okay. And this is my entrepreneur card. So, you know, some of you are choosing to get into entrepreneurship, or you could be choosing a more autonomous life here in the near future. And this is what's going to offset some sort of pain. And when you least expect it, when you're in that energy, that's when this person comes back. And that's usually what happens, especially if you're someone who is trying to attract an ex to come back. I'm not saying that that's what you should be doing, but you know, if you're attracting someone from your past, a lot of it has to do with self-development. And I think that's what a lot of you are choosing to do, or someone you're dealing with is choosing to do that, okay? Now, I need to explain that. I know it took a while, but let's get into your reading. Let's see what's going on for you. Let's clarify the Three of Wands. Oop. Okay, so the Three of Wands is clarified by the Nine of Wands. You have the Justice and you have the Knight of Pentacles. So for you, you know, your biggest challenge here has a lot to do with a couple of things. The first thing is the fact, Gemini, that you're moving on from something, okay? You either have started to move on from something or you've just moved on and you're happy with the fact that you're moving on. For others of you, your biggest challenge here, okay, and this is a complicated challenge, but I'm going to try to explain it the best that I can. A lot of you are trying to move forward now, and a lot of you feel something here is not moving fast enough, or it's not developing fast enough, or somebody here is very guarded. And that could be the reason why an offer, an opportunity isn't going the way that you want to. There could be a lot of delays here. Now, I know I've said this many times before, and I may sound like a broken record, but it's showing up in your reading and I need to mention it. So for you, with the Nine of Wands and the Justice here, a lot of you still have unfinished business with someone, okay? So some of you have just picked up, you've left, you disconnected from this person, you did not create any closure with this person, you did not set anything right with this person. You may have given this person chance after chance after chance after chance to get it together, and no matter how much you try to give this person chances, they never seem to get it together. And this is why a lot of you know deep down inside of yourself that it's time to move on. It's time to really free yourself from this. But what Spirit is saying, which is a big part of your challenge over the next 30 days, is in order for you to start this new cycle, and I'm going to talk about new cycles, I might have to spend a little more time on your reading because it's not as easy as the other readings. So I feel for you, Gemini, you know, if you want to start this new beginning, it's not even if, you know, you want this. This is what you want. You want to move on. You want to move forward. You don't want to hold yourself back anymore. So I feel for you, your biggest challenge here is to accept the fact that in order for you to start a new cycle, because the Nine of Wands is a representation of a cycle coming to an end. If we add one more wand to the Nine of Wands, we get the Ten of Wands. We get the burden card. We get the card of, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to deal with this anymore. So there's something that you've given and given and given multiple chances to, and it just doesn't seem to work anymore, and you want to move on from this, okay? So So your biggest challenge here has a lot to do with accepting the fact that in order for you to completely move on with your life, which is what you're doing, you need to make sure that you set something right first. And this could be a past marriage, it could be a commitment, it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a family situation, whatever it is that you're moving towards, which you've already made the decision to do it. In fact, some of you are already packed and ready to go. Some of you have already gone. There's still some sort of energy here that's holding you back, and it's because there's something in your life that you've given multiple chances to, but you still need to set it right in order to make your path clear. And that's going to be a big part of your challenge because, like I said, the sun is in your sign right now in Western astrology. So once the sun enters into Cancer, you will have a few more weeks, and this is connected to Vedic astrology, you'll have a few more weeks until you finally have that energy of rebirth, which means for many of you, you're moving on to the rebirth, which means a new cycle, okay? And we all have our rebirth when our birthday happens, which is a potent time to start something new and do something big that's different from what we've done before, okay? So that was a mouthful. So hopefully you got that. Let's talk about the recent past. Let's clarify the world. So the world is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you have the King of Cups. So in the recent past, I do strongly feel that there was an opportunity here for you to end something, because for many of you, there was this desire to have something better or to create something better in your life. There was a huge opportunity here in the past. And because you saw this opportunity to take action here in the recent past, you close things out. Okay, a lot of you close things out with a specific person that you, by the way, you were holding on to this idea of ending things with this person or this situation for quite some time. So some of you were in a job for quite some time, and deep down inside of yourself, you're like, I know I'm gonna quit this job, I'm gonna move on, or whatever the case may be. I do feel like there was someone important that came into your life here in the recent past. Could have been a fire sign, Leo. I'm getting an earth sign, Taurus, water sign, Scorpio, or an air sign, Aquarius. I'm also getting a Virgo here. And I'm also getting a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, okay? And yeah, Virgo and Taurus is really strong. So a lot of you decided to move on with someone new because there was some sort of major opportunity, and you may have wanted to take advantage of that here in the past, okay? Now, in the present moment, it looks like there is some sort of major changes that are happening in your life. For some of you, you're going through a significant change that is shaking up your life, that's shaking up your existence. Let's talk about it, okay? Some of you have ended things, or you're choosing to end things in the present moment. Tell me more about the Tower in the present moment for Gemini. You have the Fool, you have the Page of Pentacles, and you have the Death. Yes. Something here is ending in the present moment. If it hasn't ended already, it is in the process of ending. I do get a sense here with the Fool and the Page of Pentacles, there's a really strong energy of wanting to start something new. Okay, and this is what your challenge was about, right? So again, the reason why the Death and the Tower is showing up is because it's time for you to accept the fact that something here is done. And the question is, what have you done to close the situation out correctly? Because once you close the situation out correctly, your path moving forward is going to be so much easier to navigate. But if you're somebody who have left, you've left loose ends untied, and you're asking yourself, well, why is this happening? Why are there delays? Why aren't things moving the way that they need to move for me? It's because you still need to close something out. And this is what your challenge is about. And that's why there's so much chaos and instability in the present moment, because although you're trying to start something new, especially this could be investments. Some of you are investing into something new, and there's just so many delays or red tape that you're not even seeing it. You're ignoring it. You're like, oh, I'm just going to ignore this. And then, eventually it's going to go away. Well, the reality is that you are in control of closing something out to then create a better foundation moving forward. And that's the message that you need to hear in the present moment. Some of you still need to disconnect from something, like you're still in the process of disconnecting from something here that is done. Some of you just disconnected from something and you, again, didn't close it out. Okay, so tell me more about the Queen of Swords in the present moment. What's the important message for Gemini? You have the Lovers, the Two of Wands, and the Sun. Yes. So in the present moment, for many of you, you're in separation with somebody here that, you know, you really love or you really loved at one point. A lot of you are choosing or needing to make a choice about a relationship that you're involved in. Okay. So I'm getting a few stories. I'm going to try to iterate as much as I can from these stories because everything is kind of muddled in your reading. Muddled in your reading. So there's a lot of confusion energetically that I'm picking up on. You know, let me know in the comments, what is this confusing situation? Some of you are, okay, there's 3 stories. So the first story is some of you have decided to disconnect from a soulmate or a twin flame, okay, in order to focus more on your happiness. That's the first thing. The second thing is some of you are at a distance from somebody that you really love and you want to be with them, but you don't know how to go about doing that. The third thing here is that you still need to maybe make a decision about somebody here that you are very much in love with, that you're connected to. This person is someone who makes you really happy. This is someone that you see yourself maybe even getting married to or committing to. But like I said, a lot of you still need to close something out, or you still need to find the inner strength to even have a new beginning. Some of you want to have a new beginning, but a new beginning isn't possible because you're not willing to take the leap of faith. So there's a lot of different stories here in the present moment, but either way, to sum everything up, a lot of you are closing something out in order to start something new so you can commit yourself to something here that's a lot better for you. The Hierophant is clarified by the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, and the 3 of Cups. There's a lot of fear in regards to reconciling with a specific person because, one, there's a lot of competition here. There could be a third party involved. So somebody here is jealous or upset about that. And this could be affecting a marriage or a commitment. Others of you, there's trust issues. There's so much trust issues here between you and this person that even having a new beginning or trying to even close things out could be very difficult. And that's what I'm seeing for you in the present moment. Now, in the near future, you have the 3 of Cups here. So there could be a possibility of a reconciliation. And again, the timing needs to be right to have a reconciliation. Why is the 3 of Swords here in the near future for Gemini? What is it that they need to know? So you have the 6 of Cups, you have the 8 of Wands, and you have the 4 of Wands. So I feel for you, you know, in the near future, there's definitely a conversation here with someone from your past. And this is what I was picking up on. I was picking up on, you know, the failure to close something out in order to have a new beginning. There's still emotional feelings or pain or trauma connected to this relationship from your past. I do feel like there's going to be a conversation in the near future, but the only way this conversation is going to happen for you is, you know, with the 9 of Pentacles. So the 9 of Pentacles here in the near future is the fact that somebody here doesn't care about reconciliation. They don't care about getting back together with you, or you don't care about getting back together with them, because the lesson here, and there is a lesson, is in order for you to truly be in a successful relationship, you have to be willing to constantly work on yourself. And this is why 90% of relationships fail, because one person's doing the inner work while the other person isn't doing the inner work. And this is why the partner drifts away from the other person, because they feel like they can get some better energy from someone else. And that's the reality here. Okay, it's a level of confidence. When you have confidence and you know who you are and you're working on yourself, well, your partner isn't going to go anywhere because you're the best, right? So that's what you're learning here, or that's what your person's learning here in the near future. And that's what leads to this person coming back, okay? Especially for those of you who contacted me in the last moon ritual. By the way, we are going to be doing a moon ritual on Saturday, I think, of this week. So if you want to get your tickets, those tickets are available in the link below if you're interested in that. But for those of you who did purchase you know, a moon ritual with me on the last one that we did, this could be when the person that you've been looking for is going to come back, because there is a possibility here of reconciliation. But the reconciliation may be happening because there's still some sort of closure that needs to happen. Tell me more about the 3 of Cups in the near future for Gemini. What is it that they need to know? So you have the Hangman, the Tower, yes, and the 4 of Swords. So this person who's coming back is coming back because the reason why they're not able to completely move on from this, or why you're not able to move on from this, is because nothing was ever healed between you and this person. Tower and 4 of Swords. There's still some sort of unfinished business here, and that's what's creating some sort of difficulty in closing something out in the present moment, okay? So let's get some advice for you. What is the advice for Gemini? And by the way, all the other signs may be very, very concerned as to why your reading's a lot longer than the other ones. And I always tell you all that I don't sit here and look at the time. I look at, okay, what is the important message for this sign that, you know, that they need to know? So sometimes the readings could, you know, go on a little bit longer than the other readings because it's necessary, okay? So let's get some advice for you, Gemini. What's the advice? You have the Fool, the Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. Your biggest piece of advice here is to ask yourself why you're so worried. You know, why are you so worried about a new beginning? Why are you so concerned about a new beginning? What is it that you need to let go of? What is this anxiety and fear that you have that's connected to taking a risk on a new beginning? Have you been able to sit down with yourself and ask yourself why certain things failed in the past and why they didn't work out? It's really important that you look within yourself and you confront your fears, because there's something here that, you know, you're fearful of or you're worried about. And the only true way that you can have a new beginning and release yourself from the situation is by confronting your fears and trauma and being like the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very passionate. She's very driven. She knows what she wants and she's not afraid to confront her fears. The more you confront your fears, the more you identify why you're afraid of something or why something here didn't work out in the past, the more likely it is that you can make a clear path in terms of what you need to do to have a beautiful new beginning, because that's what you want. But in a beautiful new beginning is planned, and you're also wanting to be in an energy of saying to yourself, you know, I'm going to confront my fears. If I'm afraid of something, why am I afraid of it? And what do I need to do practically by taking action towards certain things to actually have the type of new beginning that I want? Okay. So Gemini, that's what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.